Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of today's video, today we are discussing I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
1998, directed by Danny Cannon. If you haven't already seen my I Know What You Did Last Summer commentary, definitely go check that out. But yeah, I am super excited today to finally delve into the sequel. I grew up with I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. These are both comfort movies for me, just like the Halloween movies were, just like the Scream movies were. And I'm just gonna spoil my thoughts on this movie right off the bat. I freaking love this movie. I probably enjoy it more than the first one. And I'll get more into why I love this film so much in the review portion of this video. But for now, let's just get into it. Let's just watch I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Stunning. So glad she got rid of the wispy bangs from the first one though. I definitely like this haircut and style a lot more. But then again, it doesn't really matter what her hairstyle or cut is. It's like impossible to make Jennifer Love Hewitt look bad. Impossible.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
This opening scene actually always used to freak me out as a kid. I think it's actually really well done.
I killed a man.
Oh, Julie, still holding on to all this guilt.
How could you?
I know what you did last summer.
It's nice to see you find political science so stimulating, Miss James.
When like, that must have been humiliating enough, just screaming like that in class. She didn't need your smart-ass comment.
You're definitely okay?
Yes, I'm definitely okay.
Don't really think you're okay, Julie, but okay.
Julie.
Ray! Hi!
I actually really like Ray in this movie. He was fine in the first one, and I know he's like technically not even really in this one that much, but I still like him more in this one.
I feel like there's this small part of me that hasn't healed up enough to go back. So please understand.
She's not wrong. Ooh, I love this song. So good. I love my 90s trip hop. A damn shame Helen didn't survive. I know, I'm not gonna talk about it too much. I already talked about it plenty in my commentary for the first film, but she should have survived. I never understood why she didn't just call out, "Hey Carla, is that you?" Or, "Hey, who's there?" instead of slinking around in the dark with a knife. But, you know, trauma.
I thought you were out of town. Look.
I love Brandy in this as well. Kind of cushions the blow of not having Sarah Michelle Gellar back. This film is actually underrated pretty in these scenes. Like, look at the way the light is coming through the window there. Stunning. I'm always noticing little things like that that don't even really matter, but...
This is Mark in the morning from Magic 96.7 radio station. Who am I speaking with?
Oh my gosh!
This whole thing, as a kid, I couldn't comprehend the absurdity of it all. Well, I guess in 98, this whole situation with the radio quiz wouldn't be the weirdest thing ever.
4 tickets, so you have to think of someone to bring.
Jennifer Love Hewitt's song that she did, in case you didn't know that she was also a singer. I love it. So 90s, perfect.
I'll show you what I've been thinking. Oh, Ray. Thanks, but I'll need a little time to think about it. Nice fit, huh?
I've always loved this guy too. Much better characters in this one, I feel like.
Listen. And I made up my mind.
Okay, I will admit, honestly, every time I hear this song today, Here I Go Again by Whitesnake, I always think of this scene in this movie. Always. Man, that guy was awesome. Sorry, but I always crack up at Freddie Prinze Jr. trying to outrun this truck. Just the way he kind of flails about. I know it's not meant to be funny, but it just always cracks me up.
We are going to the Bahamas!
This soundtrack is actually not terrible. It has some duds on there, but overall, it's got some good bops from this time, just like the first one did.
Yo, what's up, my brother?
Jack Black. I swear, watching him in this movie is like a fever dream for me for some reason. And I don't know where I heard this or if this is even true. I think it is. But I remember hearing Jack Black wanting nothing to do with this movie and wanting to be uncredited. Again, I don't know if that's true or not. I just know I heard it somewhere and it kind of makes sense. Jeffrey Combs. A lot of good character actors in this film.
Storm season begins today. Clouds roll in like clockwork.
Storm season.
Well, that's unfortunate. I will say I do love the setting of this film. I love that it takes place in the Bahamas on this island. It's a fun change of scenery for this sequel. I know not everyone loves it, but I've always found it really fun and interesting.
This year is the
Last day of the season. Why are you still here?
That's none of your goddamn business. Everyone's a goddamn singer.
Nancy's the best. The audacity of Ben Willis. And I love that no one else notices what Julia's talking about. So it just kind of keeps going back to, is she really saying this or is she just, you know, still a little nuts? I'll tell you, the amount of trauma Julia experiences every time she receives a handwritten letter.
Man, give me a hand, would you?
That's a quick kill. Not bad. I don't mind an off-screen kill. I mean, we see the body later anyway, so. Another thing that I really love is how they kind of chose to keep Ray's character separated from the rest of the cast. And he's on his own little journey going to find Julie, kind of like as his hero. I don't know, I just always really liked that choice. Probably why I do like his character more in this one than the first one.
Housekeeping.
Damn, poor lady didn't have a chance. Okay, I can kind of see why Jack Black wanted to be uncredited. Ben Willis sure does love to play a game. He loves to display the bodies in true Michael Myers fashion. I can appreciate it.
Can I help you?
This is the best line right here.
No.
Seriously, don't do that. The way I will still randomly think of Jack Black saying, seriously, don't do that, as he's about to get stabbed, to this day, is astounding. Some things just stick with you forever.
I'm gonna give you fisherman some of this. See how he likes it.
I love Brandy in this. She's adorable.
Wow, cancer in a box.
Nah, this is the safe son.
Nope. Couldn't be me getting in there. And not even because of Final Destination 3. I know everyone loves to blame that movie for their tanning bed trauma. I would just feel so damn claustrophobic. No thank you. Panic attack central. Classic shot. This whole thing is honestly traumatic though. Like, no thank you. She has one of the best screams. It is so powerful the way that it carries. That's a good looking dead body right there. The effects in this are pretty great. So we're officially like in the final-ish act of the film. And I gotta be honest, I really think I enjoy the final act of this film more than the final act of the first film. In the first film, you know, we're on the boat with Julie, Ray, and Ben Willis. And it's a great, entertaining final act. Nothing wrong with it. But this one is just so much fun. There's just a lot more that happens in this one compared to the first one.
Voodoo.
Yeah, the whole voodoo subplot does nothing for me. We didn't need it. It's just so cliche.
Brasilia. That's the capital of Brazil. Not real.
Yeah, y'all are stupid.
I need to get to that island now.
Did you ever see what it's like outside?
I'm not looking for a weather report. I'm looking for a boat. So which one's yours?
We worked here for many years. One day the wife went missing. People say she was cheating on him.
And we're also given this little backstory to Ben Willis here, that he, killed his wife, which again is something that never really did anything for me. It's fine. I don't mind it. I'm just kind of indifferent to it.
What's today's date?
July 4th.
I'm not gonna die on this island! Do you hear me? If you want me bad, come and get me! I'm right here! But my grave stays empty!
Not as iconic as What Are You Waiting For, but still iconic in its own way.
What are you gonna do with those? You gonna butter them? You gonna clean vegetables?
That line always cracks me up. There goes my hero.
Excuse me, but this place didn't have a murder rate until you people showed up.
Ouch.
I'm tired. I'm hungry.
I love this kill.
And personally, I haven't seen one goddamn psycho killer.
It's just such a jarring kill, even if you can kind of predict that it's coming. And then this whole chase scene with Julie, Carla, and Nancy is just so much fun. I honestly think it's so underrated. Is it as good as Helen's chase scene from the first one? No. But like I said earlier, overall, this final act is a lot more fun than the first film's final act. The amount of times Brandy falls through glass in this movie, insane. I'm sorry, but the boobs look great, Jennifer. Even I can't help but stare at them. This is such a great sequence. As a kid, it was always one of my favorites, where they try to get Brandy in through the window and then the fisherman slowly approaches her from behind. It's so good. Everything about it, the tension, the build-up, the music is great. This movie has some great sequences, I'm telling you. Was that not the perfect opportunity to swing at him with the axe, though? Come on, Julie.
Carla, just grab a hold of my hand!
I am holding your hand.
No, you're not.
Ben Willis sure does love to move a body.
I can't find a wound.
It's because it's not my blood. It's not my blood, Julie.
Listen. It's a good reveal. It's a good twist. I've always liked it. I think the actor does a great job at switching from super nice guy to cuckoo crazy psycho killer. I think it's great. That kill is great. You guys know I love a good 2-for-1, a good double impalement. More glass, god damn.
You get it? Will Benson? Ben's son. Hi, Dad.
Listen, it's honestly kind of camp, but I love it for that.
Let it go!
Let her go. You're no killer. That's my job. You don't have it in you.
Yeah, he really doesn't. Let's be honest. Ray's a softie even when he's been hardened. Ooh, I love this.
Just die!
Yeah, this final act is so much better than the first films. And I love that Carla survives. After Helen, Julie could not take losing another best friend. And honestly, neither could I.
Ray?
I just love the absurd amount of screen time they gave Freddie Prinze Jr. just brushing his teeth vigorously.
I love this thing.
Ah, Ray. Gotta love him. And of course, a little jump scare to end off on. But also, I love this ending song by Lamb. I'm telling you, the soundtrack is like pretty damn good. Okay, you guys, I just finished rewatching the classic I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and I freaking love that movie. And yeah, I honestly can say that I do enjoy this sequel more than the first one. The first one may technically be a better film, but I just have so much more fun with this one. So getting into the film, we're reintroduced to Julie. She's in college and she's clearly still suffering from the trauma from the events of the first film. But then her best friend Carla, played by Brandy, wins a trip to the Bahamas, and that's where the events of this film take place. Right off the bat, I really enjoy the setting of this film, how it takes place on this island resort. I just think it's a really refreshing change of scenery, and it's just really cool for a slasher film in general, because there's this element of there's nowhere to run. Like, we're trapped on this island because it's storm season, and it just feels very isolating, and I think it works for this movie. Just makes it a little more interesting. So getting into the characters, I really enjoy all the new characters that we are introduced to in this film. Carla, of course, played by Brandy. Tyrell, played by Mekhi Phifer. Will, played by Matthew Settle. Even the smaller side characters were fun, like Dave and Nancy. Jeffrey Combs plays the great and then we have Jack Black. Yeah, he was in it too. And I think there was like a lot more humor in this one compared to the first one. Even our returning characters like Julie and Ray are just so much more likable in this one. Listen, I never disliked Julie in the first one, but she wasn't all that interesting as a final girl. I thought Helen was way more final girl material than Julie was. She's a lot more likable in this sequel. She puts up a better fight. She's more badass, and you just like want to root for her more in this one, I think. Even Ray, like I mentioned earlier, is kind of separated from the rest of the cast in this one, kind of more on his own journey, and I like that for his character. His character is still not all that terribly interesting or anything for me, but I do like him more. He was so meh in the first one. Some other things to mention, the kills. So the majority of the kills in this movie are either pretty quick or they're just completely off screen and then we see the body later, which is totally fine. I don't hate that because what special effects we do see are actually pretty good looking. The fisherman, Ben Willis, is still a pretty iconic horror villain, and the reveal of Will being Ben's son and, you know, him being in on it and the whole thing being a setup. Like I said, I think it works. It does get a little camp with the whole, hi dad. Even if the ending is predictable or cheesy, I just think some people are like way too damn hard on it. I didn't particularly care for the whole voodoo thing or the like very little backstory that they tried to give us about Ben Willis. But those are just little nitpicky things for me. At the end of the day, this is just a really fun slasher movie. Not supposed to be super deep or intelligent. Not that it's stupid or anything, but I just sometimes see people being like super hard on I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, I've never seen the third one and I've heard nothing but terrible things about that one, so I can't defend that one, but I will definitely defend I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. But yeah, I genuinely love this movie. It's got such a fun final act, like I mentioned earlier. I think the score is great. I think the pacing is great. It's got a decent soundtrack, and overall, it's just a comfort movie for me, and I can't not have fun watching it. And I'm always gonna love it, and I'm so glad that I got a chance to cover it on my channel today. Let me know what you think about I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Do you prefer it over the original, or do you still think the original is superior? And should I watch the third one? I want to thank you guys for watching this video today, and thank you for supporting me. I always appreciate it. Subscribe to my second channel if you're interested. I'll have it linked in the description box below. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.